This is Bear. He's been in this shelter for 847 days. Every morning he does the same thing. He walks to that gate and he waits. The staff here love him. They make sure he eats, they check on him, but love from a shelter worker isn't the same as having a family. Every morning he gets 20 minutes outside. He doesn't run anymore. He just walks the same path, sniffs the same fence, looks through it at the same street. Then he goes back inside, back to the same spot, and he waits again. He's been doing this for 2 years, 4 months, and 16 days. Weekends are the hardest. Families come in, kids run straight for the puppies, the loud ones, the cute ones. Bear watches from his gate every single time. It's always the kennel next to his or the one across, never his. He stopped wagging his tail to strangers about 6 months ago. The staff noticed everything. They see how he watches families leave. They see how he walks back to his bed after. They don't say much about it. There isn't much to say. On busy weekends, the corridor gets loud. Bear doesn't like loud anymore. He used to. The staff have notes about it. Under previous behavior, they wrote the word playful. That was 2 years ago. On quiet afternoons, he sleeps. Not because he's tired, just because there's nothing else to do. The corridor outside his gate stays empty for hours sometimes. There are 17 dogs in this shelter right now. 11 of them have been adopted in the time Bear has been here. He's watched all of them leave. One couple came close. They stopped at his gate. They crouched down. Bear stood up so fast, he pressed his nose to the chain link. They looked at him for almost a full minute. Then they moved on to the next kennel. Last Tuesday, one of the staff members updated his information card. She peeled off the old number and put a new one on. The staff had a meeting about him. Nobody recorded what was said, but one of them was seen crying in the parking lot afterward. In October, they gave him a bath. They brushed him out, took new photos for the website, updated his description. They used the word gentle. They used the word loyal. They used the word deserves. It didn't change anything. He came back inside after the bath and went straight back to his gate, sat down, and waited. Same as always. Most Tuesdays, nothing happens. Bear stopped expecting them to a long time ago. Then one Tuesday, a car pulled into the parking lot just before noon. A regular car, nothing special about it. A woman got out and a little girl, purple hoodie. She held her mom's hand the whole way to the door. They weren't there to adopt, just to look around. Every dog in the corridor went crazy when they walked in. The little girl didn't rush to any of them. She just walked slowly and looked. In Kennel 14, Bear heard the footsteps, different from the usual ones. He lifted his head off his paws and listened. The mom kept walking. The staff member kept walking. The little girl stopped, right in front of his gate. She just stood there quietly. Bear walked to the gate, calm, no excitement. He pressed his nose to the chain link and looked at her. She looked back. Then she sat down on the concrete floor, cross-legged, right in front of him, like she had nowhere else to be. Bear lay down facing her, chin on his paws, inches apart through the chain link. The mom turned around. The staff member turned around. Nobody said a word. The little girl put one finger through the chain link. Bear sniffed it once.
For a long moment, nobody moved. The shelter was completely still. Just a little girl and a dog, sitting on opposite sides of a chain link fence. The mom crouched down beside her daughter. They both looked through the chain link together. The staff member walked back to his gate. She looked at the information card on the outside. 847 days. She stood there reading it. Then she looked back at the little girl, then back at the card. She put her hand on the kennel door handle. She looked at the mom. The mom looked at her daughter. The gate opened. Bear stood up. He stood in the open doorway for 1 full second. He looked at the little girl sitting on the floor in front of him. Then he walked straight to her. 3 steps, no hesitation. He turned once and lay down across her lap. His whole body relaxed immediately, like he had been carrying something heavy for a very long time and finally put it down. The little girl wrapped both arms around him and didn't let go. 20 minutes later, the mom was at the front desk signing paperwork. The little girl sat on the floor behind her, Bear lying across her lap. Neither of them had moved. A staff member clipped a brand new blue leash to his worn red collar. She held it for a moment, then she handed it to the little girl. Two staff members stood in the corridor and watched them walk toward the exit. One squeezed the other's arm. They didn't say anything. There was nothing to say. Bear walked through the front door of that shelter and stepped outside, 847 days after he first walked in. He stopped on the concrete and lifted his nose to the air, just breathing. He had never been in a car before. He pushed his face out the window the whole drive, ears back, nose working, taking in every single thing. When they pulled into the driveway, he jumped out onto the grass and stopped. He looked at the house. He looked at the yard. He lowered his nose to the grass and just stood there smelling it. This was his now. He walked through the front door slowly. He sniffed every corner of every room. His tail never stopped moving. In the living room corner, there was a brand new dog bed still in its packaging. He sniffed it. He stepped one paw on it, then the other. He turned once in a small circle, and he lay down. His whole body sank into it. His chin rested on the edge. The little girl lay down on the wooden floor right beside him, face to face. She rested her chin on her hands and looked at him. He looked back at her. The room was warm and quiet. Her mom watched from the doorway. She didn't move. She just watched her daughter and this dog lying together on the floor of their living room, still and peaceful. He was safe. He was home. 847 days, and it was worth every single one.